if the perimeter of a circle is equal to the perimeter of a square, which of the following is true about their area? So perimeter of the circle here is actually the circumference that is given by 2 pi r. And then since that is equal to the perimeter of the square, we are just going to divide it by 4 to get the s. So side of the square will be 2 pi r over 4, or this is just 1/2 pi r. And then the area of the circle is pi r squared. Then the area of the square will be, this is 1/4 pi squared r squared. So if we're going to look at the area, we can actually see that area of the circle is bigger compared to the area of the square. So do we have that? A, their areas are equal? Nope. B, the area of the square is greater, it's smaller. The area of the circle is greater than the area of the square, that's letter C. Cannot be determined, that's not the correct answer. So again, C is the answer for this problem. Let's do 173. If k is an odd number, which of the following will give you an even answer? So again, remember, when you square an odd number, it will give you an odd number still, right? So this, and also when you multiply an odd number by 2, it will give you an even number. But you know that odd number plus even number is odd. So this is not possible. That will give you an odd number. What about this one? This is odd minus even plus even. Still, this is odd. What about this? We're gonna have when you actually raise an odd number by 3, still an odd number. Example, 3 squared, this is still 27. So odd minus even, still that is odd. So our answer here will be letter D. But to check if that is correct, this is odd plus even minus odd minus even. So again, this gives you an even number. Because again, what they call this, odd minus odd is actually even. For example, 15 minus 3, that's even number. And again, even number minus an even number is always an even number. So D will be our answer. 174. In the figure, line A is parallel to line B. Which of the following is congruent? So this is a parallel line. It's cut by a transversal. This is congruent. This is congruent. Vertical angles, and 2, 3, and then 3, 6 are also congruent. Because again, alternate interior angles, and 6 and 7 congruent. And 1 and 4 are congruent. 4 and 5 are congruent. 5 and 8 are also congruent. So which of the choices is the correct answer? We have 1, 4, 6, 7. 4 is not congruent to 7. They're corresponding. So not our answer. B, 1, 2. They are not congruent. They're supplementary. C, 3, 4. 3, 4. Again, they are not congruent, supplementary. 2, 3. 2, 3, 6, 7. This is our answer. 175. Simplify x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x squared minus 5x plus 6. So to do this, we'll try to factor out the numerator and denominator. X squared minus 3x plus 2. What are the factors of 2 that when added will give you negative 3? That is negative 3, right? And negative 1. No, negative 2 and negative 1. Sorry. That's negative 2, negative 1. So this will give you x minus 2, x minus 1. Remember, negative times negative is positive. What about the bottom part? The bottom part, that is just x minus 2 still, and then x minus 3. And then we cancel out this. This becomes 1, right? So we are left with x minus 1 over x minus 3. That's letter A in our choices. 176. The average of 3 numbers is n. Or is that? The average of 3 numbers is n. The first number is 4n and the second number is 2n minus 1, or this is 2n minus 2, what is the third number? So again, when you say average, we're going to add all the three numbers together and we're going to divide it by how many numbers are there. For example, here we have three numbers. So we're going to write the first number, which is 4n plus 2n minus 2 plus, we don't know the what do we call this? We don't know the third number, right? So we're going to name that one as x. This is over 3. And again, this is equal to n. When you simplify all together, we're gonna get, this is 6n, right? We have 6n minus 2 plus x equals 3n. And then when we solve for x, this actually gives you, this will gonna give you, I'll write it here, x equals 3n minus 6n plus 2. Or we simplify, this is just 3n negative plus 2. Or 2 minus 3n, which is letter B in our choices. Number 117, one paper costs 10 cents. For every 1,000 pieces of paper purchased, you get 3% discount. How much did you save if you purchase 5,000 pieces? So what is 10,000? 1,000 times 10 cents. So again, that is 0.10 times 1,000. We just gonna move with respect to the number of zeros, 1, 2, 3. So move 1, 2, 3. This is gonna give you 100. So 1,000 pieces cost 100. 3% of that one is 3. So that is 5,000. Just multiply it by 5. You're gonna get 15. That is letter A in the choices. Number 178. If z varies jointly as x and square of y, what happens to z if x is quadrupled and y is half? So this will be our expression or equation. Z is equal to x and then y squared, right? Square of y. What happens to z if x is quadrupled? Meaning to say you multiply it by 4 and then y is half. So this is gonna be quadrupled to 4x, right? 4x. And then since y is half, when you raise it by 2, that gives you 1/4, right? This is 1/4. And then y squared. So if you're going to simplify this, actually the 4 will be cancelled out. So you're gonna get xy squared still. So the same. 179. What is the slope of the line whose equation is root 2x plus root 2y equals 7? So again, remember, the slope can be determined yung number beside the x value. So if we're going to rewrite this one as y is equal to mx plus b, this becomes root of 2y equals root 2 x plus 7. And then just divide everything by root 2. This becomes, divide everything by root 2, and then root 2. Y is equal to root 2 divided by root 2 is 1, right? So meron kang x plus 7 root 2. So again, ang slope natin is 1 only. By the way, it's negative 1. That's negative 1. That's negative 1.